Well, hello there. I am in Gloucester, which is where I grew up, and I'm here because I came to have lunch with my parents, and in order to make this trip a tax write-off, or at least the miles anyway, means I gotta go sourcing. So I am in front of the DAV now here in Williamsburg in the courthouse area, and let's go inside and see if we can find anything to flip for a profit. Did you all used to have one of these? I did. They want $35 for it. I kind of want it just for myself. This ended up being turned into a wood cart after Andrew and I grew up. So it's in really good shape. I reached the point I need a cart. Especially if you don't want to carry. Well, that was unexpected. So, two other resellers in there that were in the men's section. So, I was a little concerned that I wasn't gonna find anything, but 2 full bags later, I did. So it just goes to show, even if you find other resellers out there in your area or in the thrift store, doesn't necessarily mean you're not gonna find anything, because not everybody sells the same stuff. Even if you're in the same department. Because I sell vintage and I'm guessing they don't. So I have one more thrift store that I want to check out and see if it's still open or not. I haven't been down in Gloucester to source in a very long time, so some of the thrift stores have not made it through the pandemic. But I'm gonna hope this one is, because I got some really good deals last time. So let's go see if it's open. Okay, so I'm back at my house and I'm going to try to film this as quickly as possible. So if I'm going a little fast, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to do this whole thing before the landscapers come back. This video is late because landscapers have been here for the last 2 days and it's just been non-stop motor sounds. So let's see what I picked up, or I should say, let me show you what I picked up so I can process this and get it listed. This is a junk food t-shirt. I normally pick up most junk food t-shirts if I can get them for $2 or less. This is the Steelers, just kind of like a burnout graphic of the Steelers. I know sports ball season is over, but Steelers fans are pretty diehard Steelers fans. This is the tag. If you're interested, you can see it still has the $2 tag on it. I picked up a pearl snap because of course I did. This is a denim short sleeve pearl snap shirt. This is Plains Western wear for tall men. Tall man Western wear shirt that smells like heavy male cologne. Oh my goodness. I would also like to mention that there were 2 other resellers at the DAV when I was there, which I was surprised about in Gloucester, and actually the employees were talking about them too. They're like, oh, it's the dude here that comes in here and buys all the shirts. And I'm just like, And I saw him and I saw what he was doing and I was like, that's a reseller. And then I saw his cart and I was like, that's definitely a reseller. And he was in the men's section with me and I still found all of this stuff. So even if you see other resellers around you, y'all don't sell the same thing. And I could tell that this dude did not sell vintage stuff at all, which is mostly what I picked up. Look at this. Look at this sweater. This thing is amazing. So it's a mock neck, and this is made in Italy, and it's a wool blend. But as we all know, ugly sells, and I wouldn't necessarily call this ugly. It's definitely not something you see every day. But I just thought that this was stunning. Somebody who is more fashionable than I am is going to want that. That's something I could see like Harry Styles wearing. I picked up another pearl snap. This is another Plains Western wear tall man, and this lovely vertical stripe. And yeah, I buy these because I sell them. That was $5. This is, those are both the pearl snaps are extra large tall. So that's also why I picked them up, because they're great sizes. This is a vintage made in the USA LL Bean shirt. Again, this person was not picking up anything vintage. Now this is $7, which is a lot for me and not something I normally pay up for, but this is a vintage made in the USA LL Bean Henley. So I think I will be able to double my money pretty easily there. Henleys do pretty well for me. I found another just amazing vintage sweater. This was $2. And this is made in Romania. Amazing. But front stripe, this is something that I would see a woman buying to wear. This is like a men's small. So by woman, I mean this is something that I would buy to wear. So I might end up having this in my rotating reseller closet, but this is unbelievably soft. But yeah, I could definitely see myself wearing this once I wash it. But this is like a men's small. I like how it says medium ? Because there is no size tag in this at all. So, well, there was a size tag. It's just gone from age and washing. But yeah, I will happily wear that until it sells. This other thing, again, because I sell vintage and those two dudes don't, I picked this up. This is from the 90s. Look at this. Look at this sweater. This thing is amazing. This might be a little bit too oversized for me, but if it was like one size smaller, I would probably wear this until it sells. I love oversized men's sweaters that are like this. This is such a cool pattern. But yeah, so this was $5, so I happily picked that up because, oh my goodness, that pattern is just everything. And then I found this for nostalgia. So the blue jacket that you guys see me wear all the time, the big puffer coat, came from Breeches, which it was a, you know, a mall brand in the late 70s to like the early aughts. They went out of business. And when I saw this Breeches, I knew that this was a vintage t-shirt, and it was made in the USA. So this is probably from the, let's see. So it's single stitch. So this is a single stitch blank t-shirt. And I haven't decided if I am going to put this up as is because it's a pocket tee. It's actually a men's medium. It's a pocket tee, single stitch. If I am going to sell it as is, or if I'm going to save this for the screen printing project that I have coming up eventually, whenever I feel like going and having that meeting with them. But yeah, I bought that for nostalgia, and it's a single stitch that I can either sell as is, or I can have some fun stuff printed on it. And then of course it's not a pickup without me having a tie. This is $2 tie. This is Brooks Brothers. Again, I've talked about this before, the Brooks Brothers makers ties, or the Brooks Brothers silk ties that are handmade in the USA from Italian silk. It's a great dot print. This will probably move. This has nothing wrong with it, and it was $2, which is pretty much my buy cost normally. I also found my first pair of 560s, which I was like floored with. So I've noticed that both of the dudes that were in there that were shopping the men's section, they like avoided the pants and shorts like the plague. So I went over there and there were a bunch of 550s which I left behind, but the fact that I got a pair of 560s for $7 and a size 38, so excited that I found those. So it's my first time finding 560s, very happy. The reason I know to sell 560s is from my friend Matt Thrift-A-Life. He has a the menswear manifesto guide. I call it the manifesto. I think that was a miss on his part for not naming it that. But I actually have the section of his manifesto like screenshotted of the Levi's to look out for. So that's how come I know about that. I can't leave an Otagiri mug behind. Come on, I got ties, I got pearl snips, and I got a mug. So this is definitely a Bob thrift trip. I paid $3 for this, and normally I don't pay that much for mugs. I normally pay like $1.50 or less. But I paid $3 for this because this is a 3D mug that is from Otagiri, which I've talked about on this channel so many times, and it is new. So someone got this as a gift and then never ever used it. Come on, focus for me, buddy. Focus. Focus on the duck. Okay, the duck is, there's a sticker on here that says it's hand painted. So this was never used, and I can look inside and see that it's never been used either. It's just dusty and crusty in there. So happy to pick this up because I know that will move. And then the first thing you guys saw me pick up was a pair of books. So I was so surprised because there was someone like hunting in those books. But I found two Forgotten Realms books. I found Elminster, The Making of a Mage. This is a first edition paperback. So if you're ever interested in selling books, the way you can tell something is a first edition is you're gonna go into this page right here, where you see down here, you see that one? That means this is a first edition. Now it's gonna say up here, this is the, it says first edition was December 1994. That would be the first hardback edition of this book. So this is the first paperback edition, says December 1995, and it has the one down there indicating that this is the first paperback edition. For the Forgotten Realms, Elminster, The Making of a Mage by Ed Greenwood. These are selling for this amount of money, although I am very tempted to read it because I don't think, no, this was read. This was read at least one time because there's cracking in the spine. And then I got the third book in the Neverwinter Saga by R.A. Salvatore. This is another Forgotten Realms books, D&D. And this one is also a first edition paperback, which you can tell on the title page up here as well. So that's why I picked these two up, and this one sells for that amount of money. Hi, so I'm just going to interrupt this video to talk a little bit more about these books and also show you that Moxie is still alive and well and wanting all the attention. But the reason why I feel like these paperback books were left behind by the Amazon FBA sellers is that paperbacks from the aughts, from the 80s, 90s, and the early aughts, sometimes their back barcode will not scan appropriately into the Amazon system or even on eBay, and that is because the barcodes changed around like the early aughts, around the millennium mark. And so the barcode that they would need to scan to get the appropriate listing is inside of the paperback cover. And if you ever see an Amazon FBA seller, they are going through and just scanning the back. They're pulling out, scanning, pulling out, scanning. So if they take more than 2 seconds to have to open up a book to get the appropriate barcode, they're not going to do that. So even though these had value or have value, they got left behind for that reason. So just be on the lookout, even if you find some vintage paperback books like this that do have a barcode, maybe check that inside barcode. See if they have an inside barcode and scan that instead and see if that's something that's worth picking up. Those extra 2 seconds can make you an extra couple dollars. But Miss Moxie and I are letting you go back to the other video. I'm very tempted to read Elminster, but I'm pretty sure my best friend has it if I sell it before I get around to reading it. But super excited to pick these up. I did pay $2 a piece for them. The Dav in our area actually like prices up books, which I find very interesting. and unfortunate sometimes. So I'm excited to find some books. I got books, I got mug, I've got beautiful vintage clothing, I got a tie, and I got my pearl snaps and my first time finding 560s. So this was a lovely surprise and a great way to turn a, you know, fun family visit into something I can do a tax write-off with later, and also to make money in. So more than paid for the gas I went to get there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you all for being patient for this video. I will be uploading another video tomorrow, so you'll get double bob. Hopefully that's a bonus instead of a detraction. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!